Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In case you are seeing my face for the first time, my name is Tosin. On here I do videos on self-improvement, self-development and everything nice. And in case you've been here before, you already know you are welcome back, Mariji. I'm so happy to have you here once again. So guys, today we are going to be talking on how to stop repeating patterns. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Before going to the tip, I like to mention that it is only you that can cut that pattern. Mhm. It is only you that can stop that pattern from repeating itself. Only you. And we are going to get into the point of how you can, but I've just come to understand that sometimes it is not life that is bringing certain things to you. Sometimes you are the one allowing it. So it's our time for you to cut out or stop that pattern, generally. So let's get into the point. The first one is to be aware of the root triggers. Now this one is actually just saying that be aware of the reason why you kind of be on the same pattern that you are in, right? I remember when I sorry, mine was more of, oh, why do I have almost like that the same type of relationship over and over and over and over again? And I just had to say, you know what, maybe it's not even them, maybe it's me. And that's the truth. You need to sit down with yourself and be honest with yourself, because you are the only person that can tell yourself the truth. Many people can lie to you, but you cannot lie to yourself. I remember when I was sick many years ago, my mom used to tell me, like, she kept repeating it almost every day, just really telling me that, oh, you have to tell the doctor the truth. Even if you lie to me as your mom, you have to tell him how you feel. So she always said, in this life, you don't lie to two people: the doctor and yourself. Why? Because it's the doctor that will heal you, or that will treat you, sorry. And yourself, you are with yourself. Nobody is, only you. You can't lie to yourself. So sit down and tell yourself the reason why you feel like you keep doing this thing, this particular thing. Why do you think you keep going through that pattern? It seems like a boomerang. You keep doing the same. It seems like you keep going and going and going and going. And I just told myself that, you know what, I am the one that can do this thing, and this is the reason why I feel like I am attracting certain people, or the reason why I keep doing this thing. And for me, it got to the part where I kind of now knew myself on a deep, real level. Because let's just tap into relationship a bit. People kind of bring out some certain side of you that you are actually not. Do you understand? So, for example, let's say you are with a partner that cheats all the time, like he's a serial cheater, let's put it that way. You will always be operating on anxiety, overthinking. There's no how. I mean, why? You are just a soft scam person, but because you are with a partner like that, you will always be on at alert. If you always be at alert for anything, oh, it moves like this, you are scared it's moving like that. Do you understand? So I just got to understand that, you know what, I need to look at it myself. And whatever it is that keeps happening is because you are allowing it to happen. Right. So you have the power to stop whatever pattern, whatever thing that you're doing, and you really, really want to stop. You need to sit down and ask yourself, why do I attract this? Why do I keep doing this thing? What is the problem? Is it because I feel like, oh, if I don't, let's use chase, if I don't chase, nobody will chase me? Why do you feel like nobody is going to chase you? So these are questions that you need to sit down to ask yourself. You need to be aware of the reason why you act the type of way that you act. There is always a reason why you act the way you act. I always say this a lot. There's always a reason why you act the way that you act. So you need to sit down and ask yourself, is this who I am? This is not who I am. Is this what I like? This is not what I like. Why is this? Why is it always happening? Is it because I'm doing this? I am doing that? Is that why it is happening? You need to ask yourself questions and be honest with yourself. See, you can lie to everybody. You don't ever lie to yourself. Be plain with yourself and know where the triggers. I kind of said a bit on this next one from the last point, which is identifying what is behind the behavior. Why do you do what you do? Why do you think you do what you do? Like I said, if for example If you feel like you always have to chase someone, is because you feel like nobody's going to chase you. Or if you feel like you have to chase someone, is because you feel like, oh, if I don't chase, they will not chase me back, or something like that. Just that's just an example, right? If you feel like, oh, if I don't do certain things for my family, they will not do it. You have an answer already at the back of your head. That's the reason why you act the way that you act, right? You have an answer for the question or for the action that you're doing already. That is why you act the way that you act. Now, if you have like a group of friends, and going out, you're always the one pushing yourself to wanting to be in the clique. They are not the one calling you to tell you that, oh, more, let's go out. You are the one always asking them, oh, when are we going out? When are we this? When are we this? When are we that? It's because you believe that when they go out, they will not invite you. So there's a belief, there's an answer to whatever it is that you might think is the reason why they are not inviting you, or the reason why you're acting some certain type of way. And most times it's not always the truth. Most times it's not just always the truth. You chase people because you feel like they won't chase you back. Most times it's because maybe that person is not just interested, right? That's why you feel like, oh, if I don't do, they will not, maybe they're genuinely not interested. That is why they are not getting back to you. Do you understand? So there's no reason why you have to chase. You always have to read between the line. Yes, you always have an answer at the back of your head. That is why you believe that you have to do certain things over and over and over again. It becomes a pattern because you have that answer that if you don't do these certain things, something will happen. Or because if you don't do something certain things, it's because this and this. You are very calculative, and you really don't need. You need to identify the belief behind whatever behavior it is that you are trying to stop the pattern. The next one, which is very important, which is something that I started, to do, is to start acting opposites of the action. Just start giving opposites. So let's say there's a pattern of you chasing. We are going to continue with that example. Stop chasing. That's how you stop a pattern, right? When they say that you stopping a pattern, the answer is you, only you that can stop a pattern, is actions. Stop chasing. If they don't call you to go to party, don't call them. Now that will make you to know the reason why they don't always call you. It's as simple as that. For the party, they don't call you, they don't want you there. I say this a lot. If people don't call you, or they don't try to reach out to you for certain things. In fact, I live by the rule of, if you don't invite me for something earlier, I'm not going to be there, because at the back of my head I believe you don't want me there. Do you understand? I've actually not show up to something because I was invited a day before. So now that is coming from the fact that me, I am very organized. I like to plan my week, and I really like to plan, ahead of things, right? But you invited me a day before, you don't want me there. That's what I believe at the back of my head, though. I just always believe that if you wanted me there, you'd have invited me earlier. You didn't want me there, so you're trying to tell me a day before so that I'll be able to say I'm not coming. I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to come, right? So it's always very, very, very important to act opposite of whatever it is that you feel like is a pattern. Whatever the pattern might be, chasing, stop chasing. Trying to put in effort into things, stop putting the effort. If you feel like you keep doing certain things and it's not working the way you do it another way. It's as simple as that. Start doing opposite of what you do. That is a pattern, because when you start to do opposite of what you do, you don't attract what you used to attract. You begin to attract a different thing. It's normal logic. It's just a layman thinking. It's normal logic. If you do not chase again, you begin to have people that start to chase you. It's just normal. It just happens like normally, just in normal logic. So start to do the opposite action of what you used to do. Start to do it. It's going to be hard, very, very hard. Trust me. I know what I'm saying. It's going to be very, very hard, but why don't you try it? Try to start to do opposite of the things I used to do, so that you can get a different result. I'm sure you've heard it so many times. You can't keep on doing something and you're getting the same result all the time. Do something different. The next one is to build new boundaries. New boundaries for that pattern that you want to stop, right? Let's say, let's continue with the chasing thing, right? I'm trying to think of like an how I can pass this, right? So let's talk about the chasing thing. You are always chasing this particular person, let's say a man or a woman or whatever it might be, all right? And they don't chase you, right? And you started to not chase back. Now, here's how boundary comes in. Now, because you think that they come and they chase you for a while, you feel like, okay, maybe I should chase back. No, that is where your new boundary will come. Okay, I stopped chasing this person. What should I do next? What you should do next is, even if the person comes or not, your boundary is there that you are not moving an inch to chase the person, right? If that makes any sense. So that is the new boundary you're going to be giving yourself, that okay, if this person does anyhow, I'm going to block this person. Let me give you guys an issue of what happened with me, just a life issue, so you guys can get it, right? So there's this person that every single time we kind of talk, he just used to just act like he has squishy on his head or something. So I promised myself, and I told myself, listen, if this person ever texts you again, you're going to block the person. That's a new boundary. That's the boundary that I give myself. And I waited. Ah, guys, I waited for months because I knew that what the person is gonna come back. And what did I do when the person came back? Immediately I woke up, I saw the message, I blocked the person. Now that is a boundary that you need to put on yourself and set for yourself. You need to tell yourself the truth a lot of time. I am going to do this when next this person try to guilt trip me or gaslight me. Do you understand? Or try to manipulate me. I'm going to block the person. And I tell you guys, I didn't even believe in myself, but it was a boundary that I promised myself that I was going to do, and that was what I did. I just looked at the message and I blocked. Now, blocking is something that I do with a lot of joy these days. And I blocked, and since then, I've not looked back. Blocked, and I deleted the whole chat, right? And that's it. That is a new boundary. And what was at the back of my head is, I'm not going to allow this person to come and talk to me a certain type of way again because I've been allowing it. Never again. Never. That's a pattern I had to cut. Now, in that person's life and the next life to come, is never going to message me, right? So it's always very, very important to build boundaries. Boundaries are the reason why your patterns keep happening again and again and again. And I want to let you know something, that the fact that you're nice kind of make people kind of override you. And that was one thing that I know that affected me so much, with dealing with that person. It was just, I was just being nice, like, you know what, this life, now life is not big like that, and the person did like an idiot, right? So it's always very, very important to have boundaries. Set that boundaries. Let your brain be in touch with that boundary that you're setting for yourself. That if something that seemed like the old pattern of the old things that I used to do want to come back, this is what I would do for it not to come back. So you need to have boundaries. Boundaries. The last one is to stay present and always check in with yourself. Now, a lot of us are very into the future. We like to not live in the present because we feel like, what's the next new thing? What's the next thing? So we tend to forget so many things that are happening with us, like around us, because we are always in that future. We're not here, we're in front. We're always in front, right? We're never here. Be present and always check in with yourself. This will help you to know how much you have improved in the boundary that you're trying to set, and the pattern that you're trying to stop. It will help you to know how much you have improved in your life, how much you have improved with yourself. This is a check-in I do for myself almost every month. I'm not even going to lie, because sometimes when you feel like you want to be a better person, you are a better person this month, and next month you are back to the things that you say you don't want to do. Do you understand? So it's always very, very important to always check in with yourself. I check in with myself a lot. In fact, I have questions that I ask myself. How are you? How's the last month been? How's the last week been? how many what emotions have you been dealing with? These are questions that I sit with myself and I ask. Sometimes I even write them down, right? This has helped me so much. When I mean so much, so much, to deal with my emotions, and to also cut out patterns that I knew that I didn't want anymore in my life. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Join the family by subscribing. Trust me, you're not going to regret being here. And please share this video to someone that you feel might need it. Leave me a comment. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye y'all.